have been the best decision there because he's made a mess of it.
Great pickup by Stevie Tahana there too, Matty. He's another one of the National Academy players. Pinships.
Malera's short.
Great kick.
Yeah, no, good vision. He waited till Snelling could find a hole. He'll have a set shot to try and get one back.
Sometimes you look for a word to describe a guy, and for Malera, I call it class. He's got class, and he's used to the ball. He's a great athlete. He's got that separation with that brilliant speed, and agree that he looks a real draftable player, as does this young fellow, Will Snelling.
Smallest player on the field, Matty, today, 176 centimetres, but he just keeps getting the ball. He's an accumulator.
Snelling from 40 metres, just kicks it to the line. Didn't really kick it. I mean, probably should have made the distance.
Be 5 defenders over halfway for SA, and 2 must be inside 50. So it spreads it.
Much more comfortable now, isn't it?
I just love his competitive nature. He gives you a real contest at those centre bounces. And
so a bit of a movement here from Tahana. He's hoping to get it to Snelling, who gets rid of his opponent and comes back on it quickly. Gets a call from...
As yet today, but you've seen some flashes of it. Riley Bond on the left foot.
And they're just doing all the defending here at the moment, Vic Country.
Great
South
pressure.
Australia again, pressure over to Snelling. Snelling kicks the goal and pressure wins out. And aren't they pumped? All of a sudden, they're back within 2 points when they look gone 15 minutes ago.
They've been fantastic, South Australia. They're really starting to pressure the contest, and they're creating turnovers in their front half. It's exactly what an AFL club coach would be saying as well.
Yeah, good tackling there. Tackle once, but look at the numbers that they put around the play with the ball. 1, 2, 3, forced the error. Good hands. There was a choice of 2 or 3. Look at the South Australian players he could have picked out. It's exactly what Brenton Phillips talked about, even though there's a man down in the hands of the trainers, so we'll get a good look at that. But he talked about working together as a team rather than individuals. Snelson popping up at the right time.
For me, that's his natural position, though. He does read the play as well as anyone I've seen this year.
Like Wiedering at the other end.
Exactly like Wiedering the other end.
Short to Partington. Almost played on.
Good poise by Tahana. Could have just blasted that down the field, but had the poise to see Partington in space.
Snelling kicked the last goal for South Australia. Kicks it out in front of the lead of Allen, but it won't get there. He's got a beautiful kick, hasn't he? He gets it to spin really hard.
He does. He does most things right. This little fella's been impressive, Matty.
Yep, Snelling again. Well, he probably would like that again, just to the left-hand side. Agostino slipped it over there to Sharon.
Pretty good. Didn't get drafted, Tommy.
No, he didn't.
He had to come in through the pre-season.
So 2 quick ones to Victoria. But he missed his target, so a chance for South Australia if they don't fumble. And there's Luke Sherman's taken a couple of marks in this third quarter, and he quickly looks up, sees Snelling, but it's going to be a free kick for a push against McKay. So they'll have to do everything right
in that second quarter.
I've interviewed a few recruiters, and they've said the ability to hit targets on this ground and see the skill level, it's been at a high level today.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a great showcase of young football around Australia, but you know, I think that
when it hits the deck after his hit-outs, his vertical jumps in the outstanding elite area as well. That's why he's getting his hands on it. So he's got some real...
And that's just, I think, when he's trying to win the game himself, he can sometimes put too much pressure on himself.
Berry on his left boot. Simpkin just went without it. Snelling doesn't. Assesses his options one way, the other, by hands. Sure, but doesn't mind the fang. Dicko, beautiful handball from Tahana to release Snelling. Pulled the kick. That is a very clever kick to find Mason Redman. Got to do things right here, South Australia. They don't have a lot of time. Got to get it going forward. Here is the man who's been... Oh, that's one...
midfielder and played very well across half-back in this championship.
Snelling.
Probably another 2 or 3 seconds. All the goals have been scored to the right of screen today. 11 to the right of screen, only 3 to the left of screen, but no wind, so it's quite...
yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Quite strange.
Yeah. From the boundary throw-in. In a different position. High ball up. At ground level, Snelling. Handball out wide, was hoping...
Cup where they're playing against the same age. We're going to try and make...
multi-talented. There wouldn't be one here that wouldn't play another sport to a reasonable degree. And at the end of the day, most of the boys go with the one that they're better at.
Yeah.
So it's this year that they have to choose. Matthew Allen out there was a cricketer. The centre-half forward from SA, he has chosen footy. He wants to pursue the AFL dream. Shannon Hearn in his year, he was the Australian captain, virtually certainly the SA captain. He chose footy in the finish. He could have gone either way.
Steve Cornelio, another one.
All of those boys. So look, we compete with all of the sports when it gets down to the crunch, which is in our case the draft year. and the cricket contracts are out there. A lot of these boys are offered contracts in cricket. And as we head further north to Queensland, New South Wales, there could be rugby, basketball, cricket again bobs up, and even soccer. So, yeah, we're after the most talented, but we let the heart decide in the finish. The boy make his choice based on what he probably is the most passionate about.
That was a great goal by Snelling there. It really was.
Good finish.
Great finish. Who was the boy last year for the Giants took up? That was the Australian cricket captain they drafted last year.
Alex Keith?
No, it was before.
Tahana. Good step. And then did a bit too much. Just missed with the handball, trying to find Snelling.
Harvest for AFL.
Riverland?
Riverland,
yep.
Yeah. Mark Rashudo. Riverland?
The Roo.
Went okay.
None bigger than the Roo.
No.
Towing the ball.
Tony Modra went okay as well.
Saw Modra on open mic the other night.
Yep.
Very, very good. Very good interview.
Amazing highlight reel, isn't it?
Oh, you ever had to play on him?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
I played with him, Pickers, for a couple of years
Did
in
ya?
Adelaide. Yeah. He was as big as any movie star in Adelaide at the time. Godra,
yeah.
Here's Will Snelling, who kicked a goal in the first quarter. It was a set shot. It was similar distance.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit tighter angle.
He did it well last time.
Yeah, it was a beautiful kick. This one's off the side. It's not even going to score, so they'll all have a leap at it. And we'll have a run. Kick might be cut off here. Snelling for South Australia. Hazeman overruns it.
Especially in defence.
Perella wins the knock again. Snelling the target.
Prolific ball winner at Lovell. And, of course, Parfitt as the bottom ager, highly promising and used it every time he got it.
Yeah, Lovell, as Brenton mentioned a couple of times, ready to be drafted.
13 disposals to date.
Francis very slow to get up after. Got some numbers on the overlap. But again, just by hand, they've been a bit tardy, a bit messy. No matter what happens in this next 90 seconds, we've got a big last quarter coming. He's gave it to Redmond. He'll give it to Snelling. And now Snelling from outside 50 to the top of the square. Not a great kick from him. It hits the post, though. We'll have a boundary throw in. For Clark. Agostino there. Well done, Batty.
Oh,
Towards
Snelling.
ball to be won by Snelling. He stood up. Now he just dribbles it along the ground. Tough one there for Markov. Back to Snelling. It's clever play. Can he find a target inside 50? He goes long. Oh.
He's from East Fremantle, 197 centimetres, and taken a couple of nice marks and done some good things as well.
His draft, and he's one of them.
And I guess one of the things is the ball comes back in the middle here, and SA again trying to extract it out of there, but a nice strong tackle late. Goes back onto it now, gives the handball across 5 of the game, and these two sides, of course, met in round 1 of these championships, and it was, on that occasion, WA winning by a point. So at the moment, SA on their way to... And the kick comes out wide and finds the target there in Graham. So he just chips up the line. Another really strong...
To be like in about 4 years' time, when they're fully developed, when they're maybe 22 years of age. And that can be an input, but he'd been off the scene for a while. And I think clubs are now far more thorough in watching players in their 16th and 17th year, forming a view. And then once the medical report's through, then rating them based on their absolute...
Used to the higher intensity that the boys are playing at.
He may have a shot at goal. They probably just overused it a fraction, but they were trying to be unselfish and work it. None was involved as well, but they did look good coming out of the centre there, and it was Partington desirable you're going to be for a football club.